What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of the Cheerson CX-10C, the world's smallest camera quad. So this thing is a nano. It's not the smallest quadcopter because there are Pico quads now, but this thing is relatively small for a camera quad. So smallest in this type. The only nano sized quadcopter with a camera on it. And just to give you a size comparison, this is the original Cheerson CX-10. So you can see it's not much bigger. The motor pods actually match up exactly. The props are the same and all. The body just seems a little more fat. So as you can see down there, there's a little more room under its belly there for the inclusion of the camera. I guess takes up more space in the top of the canopy, so they had to stretch the battery bay down a little further to fit the battery and all. So this thing being is that it has the same size props and all as the original Cheerson CX-10, which didn't have a lot of power. It didn't have a ton of power to begin with. So now this thing is like having a little extra weight on your Cheerson CX-10. And you guys know that the Cheerson CX-10 really can't handle a very large payload, or any payload for that matter. But apparently this is probably its limits, the weight of this thing here, because this thing flies okay, but it flies a little sluggish compared to the original Cheerson CX-10, and that's to be expected for the extra weight. And it has the exact same size motors and all, so you know you have that same power pushing something a little heavier. So you can't do like very fast, aggressive flying with this thing. This is the Cheerson CX-10's blue board, so that's another thing. There's less pitch on the blue board, and it doesn't fly as fast as the original red board Cheerson CX-10. So this is on the blue board protocol, and so it flies slower to begin with, but you don't want a camera quad flying really fast anyhow. So the idea is to have this thing fly very stable and hold a good hover and pretty much just be able to capture some nice video. And this thing does an okay job for what it is. Now, this is it's a nano, for crying out loud. You're not going to do anything professional, any professional video or photo capture with this little tiny thing. You know, so you're not buying this expecting to have a very good quality camera. So the camera is just okay. It's not really that great, but it's good for the size. So I'm not mad at them for the quality of the camera. The quality of the camera isn't that great, but it's good for something tiny like this, just for recreational use or just fooling around, just capturing video while you're flying and stuff like that. Yeah. Also, you're not going to use this to take a look at the top of your roof or anything like that, or do some landscaping, because it's not that clear as well. The video quality just isn't that clear, and you're bound to lose it probably if you're going to fly it that high without having enough pitch and stuff like that to fight with wind. A gust of wind to really do this thing some harm. It'll probably take it away from you, or make it go into vortex ring state and come down hard or whatnot. I've had that problem with this, trying to take it up and see get it up a little high to see if I can get some landscaping footage of it, and it just doesn't turn out well. This thing is it's very limited, its resources are, and because of that when you're flying it, you have to make sure that you don't have the camera running for too long. Now, that was a problem that I was having. I don't think that it's just this model that has this problem, but I could be wrong because other people seem to not have any problems. But I was having problems recording with this thing, and I actually figured out that you have to have enough juice from the battery in order to run the camera. And when the battery gets stressed, then the motors, they steal power from the camera. So the camera is not getting enough power, so the camera is unable to operate. So I found that when I fly it into LVC, the video never captured. It never saved to the memory card. And I was thinking there was something wrong with the memory cards. I kept switching them and putting new ones in. They're trying different gigabyte sizes and stuff like that. But it's the same result. You have to get your video capture and then push it on the transmitter. There's a button for you to start the video and do photo captures. My photo captures were always coming out no problem, but I was just having a problem with the video because you have to press the video button again to save the video. And so if you fly it until LVC, then you're not going to have enough power for the camera. So the power to the camera gets cut before you actually get to save the video. So I would be flying it, capturing video. There's a little light on the back of here that flashes to let you know when you're recording. There it is there. If you can see that, there's a little light here that flashes to let you know when you're recording the video. And so the light will be flashing and it'll look as if I'm recording it and everything is going according to plan. But then by the time I get it back down to me when LVC is in, and I'll land it, and I won't see the light flashing anymore. There will be no light there at all. I would think that I'm capturing the video, but I'm not. And then I noticed that every time that I would land, as soon as I cut the motors, then this light comes back on. So in essence, I found that the power to the camera was being cut completely during LVC, or when the motor is stressing for power, the power to the camera is cut immediately, completely. And so that's why this light would be off when I landed. And then as soon as I cut the motors, the light comes back on because now there's some power for the camera. So I confirmed this when I flew it one last time, and I actually started the video capture, and I made sure that I stopped it before the quad went into LVC. And this confirmed it for me, because then when I checked the video card, the video was always there when I did it that way. So, and you only get about, I'll say you get about 2 minutes tops. And that's really pushing it, of video time with this on a full battery charge. So 2 minutes is all you have. And that's pushing it. I would say stop your recording after 1 or 1.5 minutes, and hit the record button again to ensure that it's saved to the memory card before it goes into LVC. And also, even before LVC, I've noticed that sometimes the battery is being cut before LVC kicks on. You know, after you're flying for a little bit, sometimes the light just goes off because I guess it's straining to get powers to the motors. So this is a problem even when you're flying it hard. Like when you try to rise too quick, it'll take power from the motor, so that'll stop your recording. If you start the recording when you're sitting, when you're landed, and then you take off too fast, that stress will cut the power to the camera and your recording would just stop. So I noticed that as well. So it's not perfect, definitely, but it's a very good effort in having the first camera on something so tiny as this. I'm pretty sure they probably would figure out something better. Maybe a higher C rating on the battery, I think, would probably fix that issue. I don't understand why others weren't reporting that issue, but it really doesn't seem like that's an issue that's just specific to this model here that I have. So I could be wrong, but that's one thing to note about this one. That's what I was going through with it. People were suggesting that I should get maybe a higher class memory card, and that would help from the dropped frames, certainly, but that wouldn't stop the video not being taken at all. And I suspected that it was something else, and I found it that it was the power. But other than that, this thing is pretty decent. It looks okay. There's a bat there. Well, bat wings on an eyeball. I think that's a little weird to have for the design. But whatever. I saw somebody even thought that maybe this was had something to do with Halloween or whatnot. But I don't think that had anything to do with Halloween or anything. I'm sure they didn't just make this quad with Halloween in mind. But anyway, it comes in two colors. It comes in this color here, and it comes in the black and red I see on the box there. But I wasn't able to find the black and red version on websites. I only saw this version here. So whatever. The lights are the same. Everything about the Cheerson CX-10 is the same. It's completely unchanged, except for the I think there's probably the same size battery in there as well. Just more room for the camera, I think, because the battery looks no different. So you can see through the holes on this battery bay there. I'm not sure if you can see it very well on cam, but in person you can see that the battery, you can pretty much see the full form of the battery. And being a person like me that has taken apart many Cheerson CX-10s, this battery looks the same size as the standard battery for the Cheerson CX-10. But pretty awesome idea. Awesome to have a camera on a aircraft this small, even being as limited as it is. It's awesome. It does do flips. You can toggle the flips, but it doesn't recover too well with the flips after you're into a few minutes of flying with it, because it's that much stress on the motors with the extra weight. But it does do flips. It's pretty much an unchanged Cheerson CX-10 with a camera slapped on it in a larger bottom half of the canopy. And so this is the transmitter, the same style transmitter as we're used to with the Cheerson CX-10, exactly the same, except for you have these two icons here to let you know that this is for still capture and this is for video capture. And it has 3 rates. It doesn't do constant flips on the third rate, so that's awesome. And yeah, that's just about it. I don't know if you can, I was thinking, just a light bulb just went on just now. I'm wondering if you can fly the Cheerson CX-10A with this transmitter and not have it not go into the headless mode function on the third rate or whatnot. But anyhow, pretty awesome little flyer for what it is, being a camera drone, so small. And this on the transmitter, everything is the same, just like the Cheerson CX-10, except for these buttons right here. You lose the side trim buttons there. This changes the rates still. This one arms the flips still, and still takes 2 AAA batteries. So that's it with the Cheerson CX-10C. It comes with an instructions manual, all the same stuff. The instructions manual is in legible English with nice illustration, pictures and all, to show you how to do stuff. And it did come with this notice here. I'm glad that they include this because this is very important, I think, for beginners. When you crash the aircraft, it's just letting you know that you have to bring the throttle down to stop from damaging the motors. A lot of people don't know that coming into the hobby. So I think that was awesome that they added that. And also when you charge it after flying it, you have to turn the quad off to stop the damaging from over discharging. I'm sorry. It comes with an extra set of spare props, a USB charging cable, and that's it. The Cheerson CX-10C. Let's check this thing out in flight. Okay, so this is the indoor flight demo of the world's smallest camera quad, the Cheerson CX-10C. So let's bind it to the transmitter, and we're going to take off from over here. Okay, we're going to take some video capture real quick while we can. This is capture of the Area 51, Hangar 51 aircraft. And stop the footage there. Hopefully that takes. Let's try it again. Make sure. Stop the footage. I think it stopped. Anyhow, so this is low rates here, low rates pitch, and that's the yaw. Really slow yaw. This is mid rates pitch and yaw, slow yaw still. And go to high rates pitch. And this is high rates pitch. And yaw is really slow still. So just right for camera recording, I guess. But you don't get much time to really record with it though. And the battery life is really low. Really short. But you can fly nice with it. It does fly nicely. Nice and easy. Not much of an indoor flyer. Barely can get away with flying it indoors because of the very slow yaw rate. It does do flips, as you can see there. Slow on the recovery because it's really heavy. And there we are already at LVC. So not much flight time with it. Can't do much, not much time to fly around. And that's it. The Cheerson CX-10C. Thanks for watching.